Am I supposed to make a statement?
Oh, I was deferring to Andrew.
Yeah. Andrew, you're the oldest statement? What the fuck's going on?
I got the
Oh my God. All right.
The back-to-back upcoming, just what's Kawhi's plan for Milwaukee, Portland?
We'll decide. We don't know yet.
Hasn't been decided if he'll play either or both.
Either or both, because we do have days off. But we also have a lot of days to give him rest. So that's the tough one right now. You know, he practiced, but we still may change that.
How about the rest of the group? Are there any plans with any of the other guys?
No, what we're doing is funny. People always load manage during games. What we're trying to do a better job of, like Lou didn't practice today, Pat didn't practice today. Kawhi actually did practice today, but we pulled him out because we're thinking, why should we do that? But Paul George went more today, so we're just trying to figure out a way of getting through these games.
How does that change practice when Lou and Pat both aren't available?
We're not as good. But to me, our other guys have a chance of running stuff, getting involved, so that's not bad.
How hard can you go at practice while you manage guys' loads?
Oh, you can still go. I mean, you still go hard. Like we did a lot of skeleton today, to be honest. We didn't do a lot of live action. Guys are pretty banged up right now, so we decided less hitting, more brain, and so we took that route today.
How do you go about incorporating the ball slowly into some of the live work and contact?
It's not going to be that hard. What he does is pretty simple. What we're running pretty much fits what he does. I think just one action we'll add once he's full blown. Paul George. Other than that, we basically have the package in for him. We just haven't run it a whole bunch.
So there's nobody to simulate what Paul George to do?
No. It's nobody that big. Kawhi can simulate it, but we want him to be Kawhi. So.
It's obviously early, but how do you view Milwaukee in the context of just all the other Mid-Eastern Conference teams?
I don't know, honestly. I think they're the favorite, right? I don't know that. I think so. So that's how we should view them. They're a hell of a team. They're well coached. They have the MVP, on their team. But they also have very good role players and players who understand how to play off a great player. And so they're a heck of a basketball team.
I mean, Giannis is Giannis, but it wouldn't take away from what Kawhi and the guys in Toronto did during that series.
Well, they had a lot of length. Yeah. They had a lot of length. They packed the paint very well. That's what every team tries to do. When you're in a series, I think you get better and better at it, honestly. And I think it's made easier by that, but it's still hard. He's a great player.
Would you mind sharing with us your philosophy when you play against the Bucks and you have the MVP and Giannis versus the others? What's your strategy? Do you let Giannis get off, or do you let the focus on Giannis and let the others get off?
We try to stop them all.
How much do you watch the other teams this time of year?
Oh, I watch a lot, yeah. I mean, it's early, but you still watch, especially when you're preparing for each team. You watch the teams that they played against. I'm not watching teams in our conference as far as record-wise. I don't pay any attention to that. But I'm just watching teams play each other and how they're playing each other. I do that more than record. I don't think I look at record probably the last 5 games of the year. I don't, nothing you can do with that, because at the end of the day, you just got to win games.
Have there been any other teams that have stood out to you other than you all so far? In the NBA games?
I haven't looked at it in that context. I'm just looking at it as I watch them play them and see what they're doing and see if we can do something against that team. But I'm not out like giving an NBA power ranking. I don't have that yet. So.
Looking at some of the early season numbers, 2 things have stuck out to me.
Are you going to be the numbers guy this year? I'm getting that feeling. So,
yeah. Only now?
Yeah. Did I not catch on last year? Oh, wow.
You guys are playing at a much slower pace this season than last season, and you guys are rebounding much better.
Yeah.
So what do you make of both of those 2 kind of developments early?
We've decided to rebound better. And we're taller, we're bigger, we should rebound better. So I don't think that number surprises anybody, really. And I think with the guys we've added and having Paul out, our pace was not going to be as fast as last year. It could be faster, but I'm not that concerned.
Do you think it'll pick up a little bit?
A little bit, but I don't know if we need to pick up more. But it will just by nature. Once you have another shooter that spaces the floor opens up in transition more, and usually we'll get quicker baskets.
Since Phoenix, when it was 130 points allowed, you guys have allowed less than 103 times.
Yeah.
What's gone into that defensive group?
I don't know, Andrew. I just think we were more focused. I think the Utah games were interesting because I thought in the first game they defended us. We didn't really defend them back. And I thought the other night, we decide, all right, we're going to defend the defensive team, and that'll make us win the game. So I think they're starting to have better defensive confidence, and that's going to keep growing, hopefully.
Well, I got a bit from Chicago. AD yesterday said that Chicago is sort of Mecca of basketball. Do you agree with that? AD yesterday said that Chicago is the Mecca of basketball.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's not even a question. No, I really believe that.
Here?
No, Chicago is the Mecca of basketball.
Specifically, is it Chicago or Proviso East that's the
But
Mecca?
Proviso East is the Mecca. But the Mecca of basketball is absolutely Chicago players. New York gets all the rub, which I don't get. But Chicago it's not even close. No, it's not
What's it like
close.
running up in Chicago playing then?
It's great. You play, you know everybody. You play against everybody. I mean, how many kids can say, unless you grew up in Chicago, you can have a pickup game out on the park with Isaiah Thomas, Terry Cummins, Maurice Cheeks, Mark Aguirre, Darrell Walker. Those are all. There's not a lot of pickup games like that in your same grade. That's every year. That's called Chicago basketball.
If you talk to Pat Bev, he thinks he's the only one that came out of Chicago.
Yeah, well, he is the only one that announces that he's from Chicago instead of his college. Took me a year to pick up on that too, by the way.
Is this the one time you and
Coming up, who are you going up against?
Isaiah. Yeah, it was Isaiah, Darrell Walker, Craig Hodges, Mark Aguirre, Terry Cummins. I think on our all-state team of the 12 guys, I think 10 made it to the pros. So, Isaiah. Yeah, I don't think that was a hard question. What the hell's wrong with you?
So is this the one time you and AD are probably going to agree on things this year?
Yeah, me and AD. AD is first of all, that's a very good, finally a good answer out of AD. And that was a very good answer by him.
What wasn't a good answer?
Huh?
What wasn't a good answer?
All the other ones.
You mentioned the team's like, what do you think of what you guys have gotten from that so far defensively on how you guys have used your plan defensively?
It's been great, just in length. I don't know, it's funny, I don't know how you use it. You use it because you are, and I think that's really helped. I think just, when you're shooting over taller guys, it just makes it harder to make shots, and that's us in a nutshell. And we're about to get longer, which is good for us.
Have you ever seen anyone with the ability to just rip someone like Kawhi?
No, he's had like 3 or 4 of them that just, when you see your own guys shaking their heads, it's a pretty spectacular play. So, is Jamichael talking today? All right, so ask him. No, don't, because he'll lie. But he knows. If you say the best players out of what city is Chicago, correct? Just be honest. Thank you. All right. All right. Hey, Jamichael, you get first.